Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Heal Deal podcast. Last week, I discussed the fear, frustration, and overwhelm that's associated with the discouragement you face when your fitness and weight loss goals aren't met. What happens is that discouragement lowers your self-esteem. It makes you feel hopeless. It makes you feel, in some cases, overwhelmed. And eventually you are ready to give up altogether. In this episode, I'm going to share solutions on how to overcome discouragement by understanding the importance of creating systems in your health and your life. Welcome to the Heal Deal podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Leona Allen, and I'm here to help you achieve more freedom in your health and your life. I'm the founder of Freedom Health Systems, and I've been a licensed chiropractor and wellness coach for over 2 decades. I've helped men, women, and children transform their lives by removing the physical, chemical, and emotional barriers to natural healing. Every week, I'll be taking you on a journey where you will discover the real truth behind what it takes to heal your mind, body, and soul. Allow me to be your guide as you travel this road to renewed health and a new life. It's time to make a deal with yourself to heal yourself. Please keep in mind that this podcast is for educational purposes only and not to be used as a replacement for medical diagnosis or treatment. With that said, let's begin. The Journey to Healing Food Shopping Guide is your resource to making healthier food choices next time you go to the grocery store. Grab your copy today at healthyshoppinghabits.com. Healing starts in the kitchen. Begin your journey to healing today. Go to healthyshoppinghabits.com. Once again, that's healthyshoppinghabits.com. I am a big fan of systems. Actually, the name of my business is Freedom Health Systems. It's not Freedom Health Goals. It's not Freedom Health Dreams. It's not Freedom Health Visions. It's Freedom Health Systems. My business, how I coach clients, how I run my household revolve around the systems that I have in place. Because I wear many hats. Not only am I a business owner and a podcast host, I'm a mother of 2, a speaker, an author. So it's important that I create and maintain various systems in my life. But it hasn't always been that way. I've been where many of you are, chasing goals, but not getting anywhere. But it's those systems that will help you get to your destination. These goals that we set, they're an event, a dream, a vision, or a desire. The system is a set of habits, actions, or routines that work together to reaching a specific goal. For example, publishing a book is the goal, is the event, is the wish. The system is creating a writing schedule to complete that book. The system may be taking courses that will teach you how to write and actually self-publish the book. So there are various systems within the system that you have to have in place to make publishing a book a reality. Running your first 10K is an example of another goal. And examples of systems to achieve that goal is setting a running schedule, changing your diet, joining a running team. So again, there are systems in place to achieve your ability to run that 10K. Let me give you another example. You want to increase your revenue to $100,000 per year. So how do you do that? What systems do you have to have in place? You may have to hire a team to help you get there. You may have to create a marketing strategy. You may have to create more products. So there's systems in place that you have to implement that will help you reach your goal of earning $100,000 per year. There's different types of systems, and each system has to work together to create a particular goal or function. Systems are everywhere. For example, our bodies have systems, and they all work together to keep our bodies functioning and alive. We have the digestive system, the reproductive system, the nervous system, and the immune system. Businesses have systems to make sure that the business is running efficiently, such as the marketing system, accounting systems, and customer service systems. And other systems that we know about are the solar systems, the political systems, informational systems, vehicle systems. The list goes on and on. So now you understand how systems are the foundation of life. Systems are the foundation of success. Systems is the process, the journey, the plan, the blueprint, the method. And without a system, you won't get anywhere. When it comes to our health and our life, we have to have lifestyle systems in place. And the system you create depends on the goal that you set for yourself. And we've all set many goals in our lives, and it's different for everybody. Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to become more fit? Do you want clearer skin? There are different goals that you can set for yourself, but understand the clearer you are on the goal, the easier it is to create systems to get there. So a lot of times when I meet people, they've already done this over and over again, and they're already frustrated and they just don't know what to do. And this is usually the cycle that happens, even myself included. I've been there. But typically, when you set a goal, you get real excited. You visualize the goal and you tell yourself, I'm going to do it this time. I failed over and over again, but this time I'm going to do it. And you are so motivated to take action. But what happens eventually? What happens to that motivation? It goes down. Absolutely. And then once that momentum is gone, you're back to where you started. You're discouraged. You're upset. You're mad at yourself. But the problem is this: you are relying on your feelings and your motivation to reach the goal, not a system. So when you have that system in place, what happens is you're focused on the system and what you need to do on a consistent basis until you reach the goal. So there's no longer a focus on the goal. Say you start going to the gym and after about 3 weeks, you don't see a lot of results. You may have lost a pound or two, but you're discouraged because you still have 35 pounds to go. So you're looking at yourself from where you are and where you need to go, but you're not focusing on the process to get there. So that's where that discourage comes from. You're looking at, wow, I still got 35 pounds to go. And what happens is that's what stops us and we give up. Actually, when I have a client at the office and I'm sitting with them, right? In the first month, I'm giving them some strategies to do. I'm telling them what to eat and not snack and to get rid of certain processed foods. And they start right away because they're motivated. But I know as a coach, eventually that motivation goes away. And I have to be ready for that because when they come to the office, maybe about a month or two within the program, I see the face. I don't even have to say anything. I know that look in their eyes. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, Doc, I've been bad. I fell off. I had that pie. I had that bag of Skittles, whatever it is. The reason why they fell off is because they lack that motivation. I've seen this over and over again. When you focus on the journey, when you focus on the system, when you focus on what you need to do and what not to do, the results will take care of themselves. If you're one of those people that focus on the goal, you need a system. This is what happens. When you focus on the goal, you will quit when that motivation goes away. You're basing everything on your feelings. I'll work out when I feel like it. I'll eat right when I feel like it. And that's a dangerous place to be. You cannot go by feelings. When you have a system, you execute it whether you feel like it or not. I don't wake up every morning and say, it's a great day to work out, make a good salad, have me a vegetable juice or whatever. I don't do that. I'm going to do it whether I feel like it or not. If I have it in my routine or my schedule to work out that day, I'm going to go. When I have meals that I'm going to plan for that week, I make sure those meals are healthy and nutritious, and I'm going to eat them anyway, because I'm more likely to eat foods that's ready to go. And I have it all planned out. I go by my plan. I go by my strategies. I go by my systems. So again, you got to follow a system, but not follow your feelings. Another thing I love about systems is that it gives you a path to follow. It keeps you consistent, and it also keeps you focused. Because I needed a system. I used to be all over the place. I had idea after idea and goal after goal, but it wasn't until I created a system that I was able to achieve a lot of these goals. Another thing, if you don't have a system in place, you tend to handle things as they come. You don't really prepare for it. What do you do when you have to go out of town? What do you do when you don't get home early enough to prepare dinner and you're tired? What do you do? I like to call it an emergency system. And not only an emergency food system, I have even emotional systems. Life happens. And for many of us that are emotional eaters, you have to have a system in place for that as well, so you're not eating your emotions. So we got emergency systems, meal planning systems, exercise systems. All these areas you have to have in place in order to succeed. And the more systems you have, the better. As you move forward, you begin to evolve and modify those systems. And then before you know it, your systems have systems. And then your systems become habit. They become a part of you, and you don't even have to think about it anymore. So that's the great part. This is the importance of it. This is the journey. This is the evolution of getting from who you are to who you want to be. Setting goals is the fun part. You get addicted to the idea. You get addicted when you're in that place to visualize. And that's what messed me up, by the way. When people say, hey, visualize, make a vision board and look at it every day. You look at it every day and you get excited. You fantasize about it. But what's missing is systems. Start to visualize your systems. Get those Post-it notes and start posting every day what you're going to do that day, and put a check mark when it happens. That's what excites me now, when I have a list of strategies that I'm going to do that day. If I'm going to work out, if I'm going to meal prep, if I'm going to go to Costco and stock up on some items, and I get to hit that check mark. Now that excites me more than the goal. Sometimes I forget about the goal when I'm on the journey because I'm focused on the system. And it's exciting when you know you're moving forward, because you're going to get to the goal eventually. What do you think? If I just give you a system on how to get healthier, do you think you can get healthier without setting that goal? I would think so. But if you have a goal without the system, do you think you'll achieve that goal? Probably not. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They focus on the goal and not the system. Part of your system may be getting some help, getting some coaching, getting some guidance, or taking some classes. That's actually a part of the system. And within that system is making time to study and actually improve your skills. Systems help you become more efficient and more productive. Systems improve your focus. They help you get more done. And also, my favorite reason why systems are important is it gives you more freedom. This is why I love systems. And this is why my life revolves around systems. Systems are good for people that get distracted easily. Systems are good for people that are overthinkers. Systems are good for people that just have a lot going on. And systems are also good for people that are unable to reach their goals. These are reasons why systems are important. So having a plan, repeatable behavior, and consistent action steps are needed for long-term success in your health and your life. Focus on the system and not the goal, and you will get there. So in this next segment, I'm going to talk about how to create your system. So it's going to be unique for everybody depending on your goal. And you can systemize just about anything. You can systemize what you do in the morning. You can systemize what you do at night. You can systemize what you do in the car. I mean, I even use my route to work as a chance to brainstorm. I actually have a microphone in my car and I'll just start brainstorming. I'll just do a brain dump and just start releasing ideas while I'm driving. Instead of listening to this useless radio, maybe just start listening to audiobooks towards topics that relate to your goal. So number one, determine your goal. You need to get specific on your goal. And once you are clear on the goal, you can create a system to reach that goal. And then number two, what process will you need to reach your goal? And this is where many of us need help. And if you're not sure, you may have to reach out for help. You may need a coach. You may need a mentor. And if that is something you want to discuss with me, I encourage you to schedule a 45-minute breakthrough call, which will be a good starting point for you, where we can talk about where you are and then create some potential strategies to get you there. Check out the show notes for information on how you can schedule your breakthrough call. When you design your process, it's going to require action steps. And those action steps are daily, weekly, monthly, and even quarterly habits. For example, if your goal is to lose 40 pounds, you need to create a daily habit, such as what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat, when you're going to meal plan, when you're going to shop for those meals, how you're going to prepare those meals, where you're going to shop, how much do you want to spend? Maybe you want to do a detox every month or do a detox quarterly. Again, this is done on a case-by-case basis, but the more you're clear on the goal, the more you can create systems. In my office, I actually do blood work to help them design their systems. I actually go by what's going on in their body. So say if I see their blood work and I notice that they're pre-diabetic or diabetic, or they need to detox, or I find that they're constipated, or they're not sleeping well, I help to create systems revolved around that. So am I focused on the goal? No. I'm focusing on the sugar metabolism system. I'm focusing on the detox system. I'm focusing on their sleep systems. And if something doesn't work, we're not afraid to experiment. We're not afraid to readjust. So the purpose of the follow-ups is to review their habits. What have they done from their last visit and what progress have they made? We actually make notes of what works and what doesn't. And that is very important. And that's why people get discouraged in their goals, because they're not taking the time to experiment and readjust and review what they are doing and what they are not doing. Because when you're not getting the results you want, you got to evaluate the system and not the goal. And don't be afraid to try different things and ask for help, especially if you've been unable to do this on your own. So that takes me to the fourth step. Create a system that works for you. All right. You got to do what works for you. This is your journey. Your results are going to be based on the system you have in place. And as you get better at creating systems, you will get better at creating results. So you got to keep what's working for you and eliminate what doesn't, and actually start to look for those new solutions. And that's part of the journey, because if you find out you're short in some areas, that's the joy of getting educated and reaching out and learning what you don't know. So you got to allow these difficulties to help you discover what it takes to improve the system. See, we have this relationship with discouragement and struggles and difficulties, and this is what makes us give up. But what you got to learn to do is allow these difficulties and allow these struggles to actually help you improve the system. When you do this, you learn to develop skills on your journey. A lot of us try to develop the skill first, then go on the journey. But the best learning is in the journey. We have to develop these systems and learn along the way. And just know that you will get better over time. Focus on the process. The results will take care of themselves. So in summary, whenever you feel overwhelmed or discouraged, don't focus on where you are and how you relate to the goal. Look at the system and how that system applies to your situation and your life. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. This is something that is unique to you, and it depends on what you want to achieve and how to achieve it. Create and develop your systems to achieve your goals, and you won't lose. You can't lose if you follow a system, because with a system, you always have something to go back to. Here's a quick recap before I close. A goal is an event, a dream, or a vision. The system is how you get there. A system is a set of habits, actions, or routines that work together to reach a specific goal. A plan, repeatable behavior, and consistent action steps are needed for long-term success in your health and in your life. When you create and execute the systems, the results will take care of themselves. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or discouraged, review your systems. Make sure the systems are unique for you. This is your journey, not someone else's. And just always remember this: freedom is in the systems. Freedom is in the journey. Trust the process. And until next time, go out there and achieve more freedom in your health and your life. Take care. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed the show, seal the deal to heal by leaving a review, subscribing to the podcast, and sharing with a friend. Thanks again, and we'll continue the journey next week.